underway in Buffalo. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. He showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Allen. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone?
Here comes the pressure, and the Eagles get there to block it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So the very rare block punt scooped and returned for a touchdown. What an exciting play. McKenzie now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. On play action, Allen. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there, keeping the toes inbounds. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. After one, 7-0 on the 8. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. Singletary to get the drive started. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held him, they might go for it again.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. I'm going to call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. That's good for Buffalo Bills. Now Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To try again after the sack. Allen. And complete right side to Cook. Here we go. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To the air. Allen. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
They go play action with Hurts. Steps away. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think he might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen going to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing now is Allen.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back. Maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Allen. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Allen now looks to throw. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. The kick by Bass is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Now a carry for Sanders. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Another run here with Sanders. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And this returnable for Hines. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And they will take over 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now trailing 10-3. A minute 44 to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. Allen trying to hurry everybody up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Right back to Cook for another completion. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Singletary, they'll run for it. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
I don't know about you partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive